we are back. Are getting ready. Continue with, I believe, we're getting people to pay for their grave sites. There's one over there. Alright. One right here. I'm gonna go do this. Okay, that weird condition. That's the blame. Alright, deal with her.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Take it easy, Mr. Thompson.
And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile, and there's the door.
So, you're Martin Abernathy.
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
I'm not looking for trouble, I'm just here to collect your gravesite.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what?
I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I am so sorry to hear that.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast if that's the question.
I'll do what I can.
Why can't you just buy some medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
In other words, the company won't treat you because you're already sick.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough.
That's what I just said. I assume there are guards?
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
What can you tell me about these marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Anything I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Okay, I'll leave you be. And double check that taken our house is feeling. In fact, it is.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
What do you need it for? His symptoms. He's got something. Saying he's psychosomatic.
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
This entire town does. What do you need the medicine for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
You let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle you medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law-breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
All right. So, I just gotta go. Which one am I facing now? Conrad Sadak. Phyllis Granger. So Phyllis Granger.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Huh?
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
There's marauders got in.
Just between us? Wilson
We're gonna go on and see about a couple of So I expect A to be the action. Alright, now let's see if taking things in here is. Alright, I get experience points just for discovering that. That's alright. Let's see what's in here. Down. Okay, same room. Alright. Okay, they got a lot of good things to do this. See what's in here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to crack it. I'm not really trying to be a thief, but we are gonna get into message. Let's look at the message. From our tops, welcome, Phyllis Granger. Okay? From our tops into P. Granger, subject medical treatment. Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of our Space of Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not, under any circumstances, distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. We're all in this together. Apparently not. That's not what all in this together means. Okay. So messages, return to. Alright, that's it. Personal file. Password required. From. Okay, password required. Oh, hack. Okay, continue. Password Tenderfoot, password accepted, welcome P. Granger. Personal files, last entry. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterly. Sounds fair to me. I was asked to prepare a statement of something for the other workers. Been thinking about it, don't know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and get your medical privilege. That's a start. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Alright. Okay. Now, I really did think there was something else interesting. And I don't want to start I don't want to start a habit of stealing. But they can't see. I'm gonna take the bit cartridge. I'm gonna take bit cartridge. I'm gonna take the shot cannon. Armor parts. I don't need. I might need a tossable hack. I'm gonna take the tossable hack. We're gonna find use for it later. And then gonna. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, this one I need to unequip. And we're gonna equip shock cannon. Alright? Equip that. Excellent. And yeah. Talk to Bill for you. Can I?
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Okay. Gravesite fees, I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
That's kind of you, I guess.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's an awful thing to say. Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Ooh. What are they gonna do, arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work. As you think that in this town. So, getting that all. What's this? Guide to mechanical engineering claims. That. Now, what are we gonna get here? Cobbled Exos. We're gonna take it just to see. Compared to what we already have. We don't need to steal this. We are gonna read this. Okay, continue. From the office of Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, As spacers, we are expected to face up to reality, and the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Okay, that's ridiculous. And we're gonna open this. Okay, we're gonna take the Adreno. We're gonna take the toughened mod. We'll take the money. And we'll take the Spacer's Straw because I believe that's what we have lined up in our medical thing to do. And now we are going to head back out. On the way we and we're gonna go on up. Leave it away. There would really be one to get in everybody's face like
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
okay. Looks like they're done talking.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait till you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Space's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Oh, let's hear it. Will frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. The power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Okay. I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame these workers for bucking out.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
All right, I'll see what I can do to help you. Oh, how would I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Companions. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventure and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the Inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the Companion Ledger. Alright, so a couple of things have to happen. First, take a look at our companion and our inventory. Um, we're carrying what we need to carry, right? That's good. In journal, well, let's take a look at the journal for now. Now comes the power, stranger in a strange land. Die robot die. I need to do that. Long tomorrow, retrieve the catch of medicine. That's a little bit out of my way now. Illustrated man, search the collector's domicile. All right, that's out of my way. We're gonna do die robot die and a small grave matter. Um, okay, and the codex. What's going on with the codex? Companion. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on. Know what everything is. I'm trying to clear that star from my because I really don't like having extra stuff floating around in my menu. I'm trying to clear that. I'm trying to find it and clear it, whatever it is. It'll be in here somewhere. Exploration. There it is. Quest and excuse. There's one. The basics. Logs. Alright, so we've cleared it. Alright. Let's go back to Act inventory, and that's me. What else did I pick? Oh, I picked up left trigger. I picked up cobbled spacesuit as opposed to that's fine. Alright, so I'm not worried about it. I did pick up in medicine. I picked up some stuff here. Alright, that's fine. Modifications. Alright, I can't install modifications now, but whatever. Okay, I've got other stuff. Alright. Journal, map, and party. Okay, this companion ledger shows you everything you need to know about your companions. You can see their skills, stats, status effects, and gear. To change your companion's gear, first select the item you want to swap out, then choose a compatible item to replace it with. You can also change how they behave in combat by selecting their preferred weapon, follow distance, and aggressiveness. Okay. So, Pravarti, by the way, is a heavy weapon user and a melee user. She prefers heavy guns. So, this pistol will not do for long, but I'm gonna give her this light assault rifle. Alright. I'm gonna keep her melee the same. Her melee weapon same for now. Check her armor. 7 versus 5, so she can stay with that armor. She hasn't leveled up yet, and her distance is gonna be far. I like my companions to stay back up off me a bit. Her weapons are gonna be mixed, and her mode is gonna be aggressive. That's fine. Alright.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about deserters, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
How well did you know the deserters? Work with them? With friends or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
Okay, did you know this Adelaide Reed mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
I can't blame anybody for her to leave. This town is a mess. Okay, no, you can't leave it at that. Why were Reed and Adelaide arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
Oh, I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose I couldn't hurt. We'll stop by, although I've already met the feller.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Dad, smart man. Okay, what? Those must be work. Let's check the terminal. Terminal access logs. The Edgewater Saltuna Canning facility strictly adheres to Spacer's Choice standards of health and safety. Notice, schedule your sick leave with your Spacer's Choice foreman and/or supervisor. Be considerate toward other members of the Spacer's Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick leave. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. See Reed if you're having trouble paying for your sick leave. We'll try to arrange wage deductions instead. Remember, work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in the body reflects sickness in the mind and sickness in the character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with our local vicar. Turn to... That's it. Okay, wow. These people are messed up. Okay, so I need to talk to Conrad... Static. We're gonna talk to him, and then we're gonna... Who's provide? Oh, this is staying far behind. Why? Talk to Conrad. Right. Question is, that's barber. It's not the barber shop. It is the barber shop. Why do I keep?
I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Okay, now I believe I need to go in here. Really? No. Okay, Conrad. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay for his body price. This is gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. Ew. If you're processing his body, right? Okay, you're processing his body, right? Just stick around and pry them out. We'll sell the teeth somewhere and nice and quiet. Use the bits to pay his body price and nobody is wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows, Phyllis Tree. That would be Phyllis Granger. Okay. Okay, well, first things first. I need these than you do, buddy. Alright. Well, I can't steal when you're standing right there, but...
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Okay, relax, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Okay, Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
It's kind of what a grave is. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on, medical rights? Oh, just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
What about Eugene's gold teeth?
You know about Eugene? How?
None of your business.
You probably heard it from one of our local gossip mongers. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't listen.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
Okay. I'm just here to collect your dues, man.
Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Okay. I'm told Eugene killed himself. What happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
That's horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Goodbye. All right. And that is going to be where we're going to leave off today. Thank you so much for watching. It would be really awesome if you guys could leave a like at the bottom on your way out. And if you haven't subscribed already, maybe consider subscribing today. And if you have any friends who are into sci-fi or cheeky humor or Obsidian type games, you can share it with them. That would be awesome too. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.